Everyone, welcome back to But Coffee First. If you're new, it's welcome. Please subscribe, comment down below on our videos. We love to chat with folks and have open-minded discussions about the topics that we are discussing here on this podcast. These topics always come from things that we're talking about around the table within our family and things that we've seen that we want to just kind of get off our chest and our mind. Today, I'm alone. Normally, I have a guest, and I will have one or a few on the next coming episodes. But I wanted to kind of just talk a little bit about something that I've been working on, and mostly about myself, and really talk through this alone, and really have a self-reflecting moment in this conversation. So in the last couple of years, especially, I would say even right before COVID, I had begun to start self-reflecting. And that was due to the fact that I was actually taking on a new journey. I was working on my doctorate and working on further educating myself. Happy to say that journey is completed. I am now a doctor. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Not an easy task. But jumping into that process and realizing it's something I wanted to do, and you will hear a lot in my conversations. I talk a lot about my mom. I absolutely love that woman. She's no longer here with us, but she is the reason for who I am, how I think, and how I've developed, even in the short period of time of her being in my life, 16 years. It left a huge impact on me, as it should. And so I decided that, I'm going to finish my doctorate because I always told my mom would be a doctor. And in that process, I had to do some self-reflecting, jumping into that work where I'm going to be helping people in the sense of helping my community, doing research that uplifts people of color. I needed to self-reflect. I needed to, to add. And one of the things that I started to self-reflect on is the fact that I am, and how I like to describe it, a control freak. And what I mean by that is, like, I need things to go how I planned them to go. And I think a lot of people struggle with this relinquishing of power, relinquishing of control, delegating, and it's easier said than done, especially when you are individuals such as myself, where you felt like you've had to raise yourself, and that you've had to learn so much on your own in such a short period of time. And I truly needed, in my mind, to control every aspect of all of the things that I've done in my life to my best ability. And it has been a blessing and a curse. And a lot of times it's more of a blessing than a curse, but there's moments in life where it's been a huge curse in the sense of it's caused burnout. It has caused me to stay in positions and jobs that I've hated and that have not been any good for me. And we all have done that to some degree, losing passion for things that I love to do because you just take on so much. And, also it's showing up in my marriage and how I raise my kids and things like that, because you just, in my mind, feeling like I don't have enough time, all because of, the trauma I faced as a kid, where it's like I'm losing a parent who's only 44. And also recently watching so many people pass or take their own lives as they're dealing with other things, and needing to feel like I have to control the box around me. So I'd rather do it myself than ask someone else, to the point where I don't like surprises, because I don't want anybody to be upset that I don't like what you did for me, because I don't like what you did for me. So it has caused me to really tug and pull with my mental health and with my heart and my soul on decisions and choices that I've made, to the point, like I said, it can be to a disservice to myself, to where, because I'm in such control in my mind, or not willing to relinquish power, people are okay with you doing everything. They're okay with you not, they don't have to do anything for you. Or, in jobs, you get a boss that's like, oh, you're gonna do it, fine, whatever. They're not gonna tell you no. There's only a few selected bosses in this world who will say, work on yourself, take care of yourself. Other folks are like, whatever I can get from you, I'm gonna get from you, until it's harmful to them, until they want to act like they weren't a part of something. And, for me, it's like burnout has caused me to make huge decisions and things that or not even decisions, but have made mistakes that I'm like, oh my God, I've been so needing to be in control that I'm now a little unfocused. And I realized during my self-reflecting process how much relinquishing power, because of my childhood where losing a parent and adults, over promising, under delivering. And my family has been an amazing support system, but also feeling like I need to be an overachiever. I've, been an honor roll student. I've always had great grades. Like I need to be here, there, and is by not getting to those points, I'm letting people down, even when nobody else has set those bars for me. And those are things that, I have struggled with, and things that I've, had to think about. And even when my dad like, you control freak, you don't even realize it. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And it was literally after that conversation, and he was saying to me jokingly, but I was like, wow, I am. I like this, that, and the third. And I want it to go this way, and I want to plan, I want to organize and structure myself. But then I get so busy, I get so lost that I'm out of touch with my friends. I'm out of touch with what's going on day to day. I'm so consumed. Work goes from 40 to 50 to 60 hours, in the sense of I've just taken on so much because I'm, delegating. To me, sometimes is difficult because I'd rather just do it right than you do it wrong after I explained it to you. And it's the lack of patience behind it. So when I decided to start this podcast and really start to talk about things that we talk about as family, I found it a way to relinquish some of my control and just ask questions and listen and learn and take in information, and versus being the one giving it, being the one that needs to have the answers, and being able to just have free conversations, think through things, talk through things, has allowed me to lift myself and reflect on myself in a space that I don't feel like I've had in such a long time. Because being a mom, being a wife, being a full-time employee, and then starting your own businesses, starting your own, and YouTubes and things like that, it's just another moment in the day that's gone, another energy that's, divided a million and one ways. But in this sense, jumping into this podcast, having a moment to sit down, slow down, talk about it. A lot of the times I don't even edit these podcasts. I wanted to be free and open. And I want you to hear us stopping and thinking. I want you to hear us say, and you, thing like that, because it's real, it's raw. And I don't want it to be perfect, because it's allowing me to do some self-checking and some self-guidance. So I jumped on today to, have this conversation alone, to just tell you a little bit about myself. Like, your girl is learning, your girl is reflecting, and I'm growing as an individual. And being able to share that, as so many millions of other people do on this platform, is it's a relief. And I'm not looking for anything from it. I'm looking at it as a place for me to do a little mental health work, to do a lot of sharing, to do a lot of community building, and to do a lot of talking, just talking. There's nothing wrong with talking. I'm not, all of the things that we talk about and we draw from our experiences, and I always take on that perspective, because what I say is not gospel. What I'm saying is my experience, my understanding. So today, talking about a little bit about myself and being honest and open, I'm hoping that others can find space to self-reflect. Take some time to check in on yourself. My personality traits may not be yours, but you may have something else that you've been thinking about, like, wow, I do this and it's been good. It works great for me, but then there's times that it just goes sour. And those sour moments are the hardest moments. And I know for me in the last year and a half, um, I've definitely had to really self-reflect, check myself, get my control freak under control as best as I can. Changing your personality is hard, and it has definitely played a huge component in my life on the decisions I make, how I manage my life, my friendships, you know, and what I want to do moving forward, and how I want to contribute to society and show up in the world. You know, it's hasn't been an easy road, but it also has been, you know, a road that people would prefer to have. So I don't want to complain either. And being able to say I've finished my doctorates and I've been and able to say that I've done that is because of my wanting to be a high achiever and committing to a promise I made to someone who's not here, and also realizing a lot of it is my control, not wanting to not complete what I said I was going to complete in the manner and in the time frame that I wanted to complete it. And it's been a blessing. But I was able to do that by self-checking and really getting that that control freak under control during the process, because, my work, my thoughts may have not aligned with my results and my research. And this has been the best experience I could have in allowing me to have that self-reflecting throughout this process, and be able to come onto this platform and share who I am, my voice, my thoughts. Maybe one day I'll show my face. I don't know. I just like sharing my voice. It may not be the greatest voice, but it's mine. But I like sharing it because I want people just to listen. It's easy to get caught up in what people look like, what they're doing, and you miss the points, you miss the energy, you miss the connection that are found with words versus a picture. So I wanted to take this moment to just say, this is me. This is why I've joined. This is what I want to continue to do, as part of me, an extension of me. And I want to continue to share my friends and my family with you, because I think that their experiences are many that we've all have faced and are dealing with. And sometimes you just want to hear somebody else say it. And I know there's a million other people on here that could be saying the same thing, but they're saying it from their experience. And I want to share mine and want to start with saying, this is me. This is But Coffee First, the control freak, and who is working on her, and that she is a work in progress, and that I want to continue to grow with open discussions, open mindedness, and the pouring and the support that I can pour into others and they can pour into me, and that we can continue to be genuine, authentic, and honest, and do this self-reflecting, in between these episodes, just to say, what I've learned and who I am, and learning from others. And I've learned so much, even in the first 3 episodes, between how both my cousins think, how my aunt think, and the experiences that they go through, and and what they're looking forward to sharing, with you all. So thank you all for being a part of my channel. Like I said, if you're new, please subscribe. I want to continue to share with you, and I want to hear from you. And so please leave comments. And I always say, please leave positive comments. If you're gonna leave feedback, but do it in a pleasant way. Because negativity can be left out the door. So thank you, and I look forward to talking to you all in the next episode. Bye.